What's up, everybody? Just dropping another video on Stock. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Uh, Couple quick comments. Hope everybody's been enjoying the videos. Uh, just a reminder, these videos are to help you understand some resources you have available to you. I really enjoy talking about some of the stocks I like and giving an opinion on them. And the major reason is just these are just companies I can understand as a physician. Biotech is kind of my home, but as the disclaimer says, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not a professional, and I'm certainly not taking fees for any financial advice. Really more trying to demonstrate the concept at play and the resources at play. Don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of success, and some people ask me how deep are you into this? Pretty much every extra dollar I have, I'm invested in these small companies, but that doesn't mean that that's what you have to do. And I have a few lawyers in my family, and a few of them have been a little worried. Oh, somebody's going to think you're pumping these stocks, or that you have that these stocks change your practice as a doctor. They certainly do not. Most of these companies are several years away from being major practice changing companies, and I really just enjoy going through the process of finding value through these that the professionals at Morningstar see value in, and just kind of going through the process, having a vision, and seeing what could be. And I think when people do that and they apply data and metrics to it, they trust professionals like Morningstar, and they buy what they know. Wonderful things can happen in investing, and certainly wanted to share my process with anybody who has any interest. And I really just view this as cooperative information sharing. We live in an era where we can share our thoughts and feelings and data and instantaneously on the internet. And as some of you may have heard of stock twits, or even the Reddit groups. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of sharing my due diligence I've done, putting it out there. And some people may think it's cool, and if you do, I urge you, run the video and the intellectual property we're taking a look at, run it by somebody who's an experienced investor, professional investor, somebody at maybe that works in the industry. Don't take my word for it completely, but I'm just here sharing ideas, sharing strategy. Today I wanted to break away from the micro caps and break away from biotech for just a quick fun video. So we're coming back to our home base again, the Morningstar Premium, free through your public library, and getting on their filters, which every stock I talk about is viewed as cheap per the experts at Morningstar. So we're gonna have a little fun today, and we're gonna take a look at some a little bit bigger companies. So we're gonna plug in mid-cap companies or bigger. So that's a market cap of 2 billion, and we're going to take a look at price per fair value, and you can plug in whatever you want. In my micro caps, I like to be very aggressive, looking for 30% discount or less. We're going to look at a 20% discount or less in some of these bigger stocks. I pulled up this GIF. This is from Major League. He's showing off his testicular fortitude, and I hope you can appreciate the humor here. But whenever I like to talk these micro caps with my friends, they say you got to have some balls, and this is just a fun GIF. So maybe you don't want to be as ultra aggressive as some of the stocks I'm looking at. And that's okay. We're going to take a look at some bigger companies. So I've got my Morningstar filters up today, and we're in some big companies, and I'm just kind of looking at some familiar faces. Energy Transfer has been near the top of these filters since I started doing this. This is They believe an oil pipeline company. They pay dividend. Morningstar thinks it's worth $20. We've got a 627 value on that. Everybody's scared of oil right now. Retail. And I'm staying away from that industry group for sure. But I just kind of browse through these pages and see a lot of companies I've never heard of, and as we get to page 3 or 4, we'll get a nice little surprise here. I did a little homework on this before. I think it must be one more page, and here we are. There's a familiar face, Anheuser-Busch. So we pull up the Morningstar report, and I just kind of laughed when I'm looking through this. So Morningstar has a 5-star price on it. They think it's about 35% discounted, and that's the range I'm looking at in my micro caps. They think the stock's worth $96, and they think a 5-star price is less than $67. And they've got a wide economic moat. Nice to see stewardship from the company, exemplary. I mean, what more can you ask for? And they project that the stock's going to pay an annual 2.32% dividend. What does that mean? We haven't really ever talked about dividend on Stock Docs, but dividend is, for some of these companies that maybe don't have as great of rapid growth potential, like Anheuser-Busch, huge company, been around, has a market cap of 124 billion. So what they do to their investors, if you buy their stock, they're quarterly, they're going to pay you what's called a dividend, and annually, Morningstar is projecting there'll be a 2.32% dividend on average, but they're going to pay you a quarter of that each quarter by giving you back some free shares. So over time, you make money not just by appreciation of the price, which Morningstar thinks there's certainly some potential of in their valuation, but you also make some money by accumulating free shares. So they're paying you your investment, a little percentage of your investment back as free shares of the company, and you can either pull that as cash or reinvest those dividends, which reinvestment of dividends seems to outperform non-reinvestment of dividends long term. But just thought you'd enjoy this. Why the heck not? Budweiser is a big company, outstanding reputation. Nobody is going to quit drinking beer in the United States. From what I understand, some of the fear and undervaluation may come from competition is growing with some of these microbreweries and smaller companies. But if Budweiser wanted to identify one or Anheuser-Busch wanted to identify some of these companies, they could purchase them because they've got a lot of cash. They've got huge value. They kind of make the rules in the beer industry, so to speak. So I mean, I don't really buy bigger companies. Again, I focus pretty much exclusively in medical stocks that I can understand, and really small companies because they have greater growth potential. But I'm looking for companies that Morningstar thinks are too cheap. And this is one I just look at and say, in 10 years, how could you go wrong? And, Morningstar could be wrong, but a pretty safe place with some potential value, if you ask me. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Everybody have a great weekend.